Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're carrying out a full lawn renovation in June. Hi Roger, just literally the time of year that we're planning to do it. For me personally, I like to stop doing any renovations by sort of mid-May, and we're going to be a couple of weeks after that. The only reason I say that is because typically mid-May, and then we allow for 6 weeks after it's been done for the new seeds to come through and get reasonably well established with plenty of water in, and then we start to hit the hot weather, and by then the grass is normally in a fairly good shape. But as we're leaving it a little bit later, if we go into a heat wave in the next sort of 4 or 5 weeks, which is possible, it's going to put things under a lot of stress, which will mean a lot more watering, potentially up to 6 times a day. I'm not saying that will be the case, but potentially. That's the only reason I'm a little bit wary. Normally when I'm carrying them out, I normally tell people that mid-May is the latest that we'll do them, but you know, the weather has been a bit rubbish, hasn't it? And it may actually stay rubbish for a few more weeks, so I'm sure we can do it. It's just how well it's going to come out afterwards if we're going to a heat wave, and whether or not the watering becomes a bit of a problem. That's the only thing that's concerning me. Other than that, you're penciled in. I'm more than happy to come and do it. It's just literally all about the watering afterwards. Now, I want to talk to you about this. Let me show you the lawn first. Now, we've been here twice and done 2 renovations in the past. This is the 3rd renovation that we're carrying out this year. It's usually kept in very good condition, but it gets wet and boggy. So we're going to be carrying out a full lawn renovation, scarifying, aerating, overseeding and top dressing. Current state, it's not too bad. It's got quite a bit of red thread, which it does seem to suffer from every single year, and it's caused by the high humidity. Other than that, it's not actually in a bad condition, but the customer likes to keep it in the best possible condition ever. So I'm going to put you on a time lapse. Let me just talk to you about this first. Now, normally I don't want to be doing renovations past the middle of May, but this is obviously dependent on the weather. Normally by the end of May we allow for 6 weeks after it's been done, and after those 6 weeks we're getting to the point where it's starting to get really hot and it's harder to keep up with the watering. And that is why I usually say mid-May, but it's been really cold, hasn't it, this year? We're only just starting to get into some nicer weather now. I've let the customer know about my concerns, and he needs to be aware that he's got to water a lot more. I've had this conversation with him and he's more than happy to do this. So we're going to crack on. We've got a lot to do here. Most of it's going to be on a time lapse, but I will show you a few things along the way. It's time to crack on. Okay, we're done. It's 3:15. We got here about 8 o'clock this morning. By the time we'd unloaded the van and everything was set up, it was about 9 o'clock. So it takes time to get ready. So we're looking at about 6 hours all in, which is not too bad. Probably would have taken me a bit longer if I'd have been moving the camera around here, there and everywhere, but at the minute the birds are coming down and I've already shooed quite a few away. So the main point now is keeping this really damp. Because of the time of year, June, really you don't want it drying out too much, so it's going to be 3 to 4 times a day giving it a good deep watering, and we can't do much about it whether it encourages more disease, because at the end of the day those grass seeds will need to be kept damp for the first few weeks. Now it should come through a lot faster, which is the other positive about this. It should come through within 1 to 2 weeks, and once that's done then it can reduce his watering to probably 3 times a week, but mainly just sticking to mornings or early afternoons. Now the reason I'm saying those 2 times, we don't want to be watering in the late evenings because the grass is going to be going to bed in a wet condition, which will increase humidity, which can lead to more disease. But as you've seen over the last week or 2, disease will just come anyway, because it has been so humid with the amount of water, rain and the amount of sun that we've been getting. So just persevere. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is definitely my last renovation for spring. It's a little bit past what I wanted to do, but the temperatures haven't been brilliant, the weather hasn't been brilliant, so I think we'll be absolutely fine. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone doing it at this time of the year, only because I want to make sure that the customer does water. He has actually told me he is going to be watering like crazy all the time. In fact, he sent me a funny gift picture of a man holding a massive hose pipe, and the hose pipe's snaking around, and if I can find it I'll put it on the screen now, and it just made me chuckle. So there you go. So the main point now, like I say, keep it watering. Within a couple of weeks I think most of these new seeds will be up, and in about 4 weeks it should be back to its nice former glory, looking like a brand new lawn. That's why we do it, because we want that brand new lawn look. And this is what you can do, this is what you can achieve. Use Scarifying overseed, bit of top dressing, every single year you get that brand new fresh lawn look. It's worth doing. It is worth doing because it gives you the very best. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one and take it from there.